On Friday evening, news breaks that Catlin Clark snubbed from the USA basketball team, and everyone lost their minds. It was like World War 505.
Oh my God! Okay, it's happening. Everybody stay calm.
What's the procedure, everyone? What's the procedure?
Stay calm. What?
And I just sat there and was like, wow, this is crazy. We've come a long way. From only 12 months ago, people were saying this is a dying league, to people arguing in the comments, backing Catlin, trashing Catlin because they don't feel like, she's that good that people are, it's not even dick riding, it's pussy pumping at this point.
You are now listening to Pree Da Production with your host, Majaro.
What is up, my tribal people? Welcome back to another video on the Pree Da Production YouTube channel. I'm your tribal chief, Majaro, aka Midge. And you already know what I'm going to say. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, because we're trying to grow the community. And by sharing this with your friends and family, that goes a long way in helping us do that. And leaving a super thanks is very much appreciated. Now, let's get into it. Whoa. It's an exciting time in basketball, isn't it? Specifically, women's basketball, and in particular, the WNBA. Boy, this season has kicked off like fireworks. And for those who don't know, let me give you a quick lowdown. Catlin Clark, the college sensation, the female Steph Curry, people have dubbed her, was drafted into the WNBA by the Indiana Fever. A lot of hype, a lot of coverage, a lot of marketing, a lot of, contracts being given out, a lot of shoe deals by sponsors being given, and a lot of people were excited to see this player come into the league. But a lot of players seem to not really be up and vibing with the hype. They weren't really feeling the hype. They were saying stuff like, it's a women's league, going to be playing against real women, not 19, 18-year-old kids, which is fair enough. This is a professional. This is the big time.
College guys come out. They're waiting for him. I mean, Camilla's coming. Catlin's coming. There's more than just that are coming. What will the league have in store for them when they get there?
Look, SVP, reality is coming.
Okay.
There's levels to this thing, and that's just life. We all went through it.
Of course.
And you see it on the NBA side, and you're going to see it on this side, where, you look superhuman playing against 18-year-olds, but you're going to come with some grown women that have been playing professional basketball for a long time. Not saying that it's not going to translate, because when you're great at what you do, you're just going to get better. But there is going to be a transition period where you're going to have to give yourself some grace as a rookie. And, it might take a little bit longer for some people.
So a lot of people came off a bit jealous. I'm not gonna say that. I'm gonna take it as being, competitive. This is a professional sport. This ain't no kids league, right? I'm gonna take it as that. The person that said it was Dinosaur Rossi, she was like, she's been in the league for 15 years now, I think. So she's, you got the veterans. She's the old head. She ain't no veteran. I think she's been there the longest. At this point, right? This is a different level, which is fair enough. I took it as being a competitor. You can't just walk into the league and expect everything to just fall into your lap. First couple of games, getting used to her teammates, getting used to the league, getting used to the physicality. And let me tell you, there was a lot of physicality. And some could say it was more than physicality, it was personal. And it all came to a fever pitch when Catlin Clark met her arch nemesis, Angel Reese, and her team, the Chicago Sky, I think last week, where things were really physical, and it really did seem that she was being targeted personally. They weren't letting her get off anything. No dribble, handoffs, no dribble, pull-ups, no nothing. No getting to the basket without getting hard fouled. And it all came to a head where she got fouled from the back by one of the players.
Foul, which was called. The question is, will they call it unnecessary? Kennedy Carter.
Quick sidebar. The only other rookie I've seen get this type of treatment was Lonzo Ball when he came into the league. And he also had some stupid amount of hype, especially from his father. So a lot of players took exception to that, especially Patrick Beverley. He made life difficult for him, and a lot of players made life difficult for him because they thought, you think you're next coming of Jesus Christ in this league, we're going to show you that you're not. Clip goes viral, everyone's saying, right, we need to protect her, she's the face of the league or future face of the league, how can they treat her like this? Why are you trying to destroy the person that's bringing everyone to the table? And they've got a lot of good points. A lot of people are tuning in. They might have been aware of the WNBA or female basketball, on a college level, but that's about it, like myself. But once Caitlin Clark stepped into that league, everyone was watching, me included. Tickets selling like crazy, shirts selling like crazy. She's having to, make everyone wait in the conference or, the post-match questions because she's signing autographs for little kids and little girls. It's like, rah, they ain't never seen anything like this. And a lot of players didn't like that. And now see, this is where it gets sticky. It's Olympic year. She's been playing well recently, starting to get back into the swing of things. I think her last game she dropped 30 points. This is her, by the time you're watching this is her 13th game or so, and she's dropped a 30 bag on them. So a lot of people are like, yo, I can't wait for her to go to the Olympics with Team USA. And just like that, like clockwork, on Friday evening, news breaks that Caitlin Clark snubbed from the USA basketball team, and everyone lost their minds. It was like World War 505.
Oh my God! Okay, it's happening. Everybody stay calm. What's the procedure, everyone? What's the procedure? Stay calm!
People are like, are they stupid? This is the reason why we're even watching female basketball. Like, can't you see beyond the, your nose? This would have been so many eyes, so many, attention to showcase not just Caitlin, but a lot of players that are coming there. And the argument could be made that, she don't really deserve it like that. She's only played 10 games. She had a really good performances in most of those 10 games. But, there have been people there longer, have more chemistry, all that, And I just sat there and was like, wow, this is crazy. We've come a long way. From only 12 months ago, people were saying this is a dying league, to people arguing in the comments, backing Caitlin, trashing Caitlin because they don't feel like, she's that good that people are, it's not even dick riding, it's pussy pumping at this point. Like, these men, especially men, like, the men love her like it's crazy. I don't know whether it's just, I don't know, fad, or they're using it to own other women. It's weird. Like, there's so many. So I feel like when we talk about this situation with Caitlin Clark, it feels like there's one aspect of people who are using her success, using her, talent and ability to bring eyes to the WNBA as a own against the current WNBA players who've been complaining about people not supporting and people not caring about the league and people not, paying enough money to their league for them to get increases in wages. People are using her as a stick to beat those players with, being like, well, you asked for more attention and now you have more attention with this woman. You don't like that, allegedly. You're being jealous of her. You're being petty. You're targeting her. You're trying to injure her. When all you wanted was more attention and you don't like the package it came with, now you're throwing your toys out the pram like a 12-year-old. That's an argument people can be making. And I see a lot of that. I've seen a lot of content of people ragging on the league and then licking Caitlin's ass when she drops into the league. It's kind of like, are you really watching basketball, female basketball, for the sport, or just to dunk on these WNBA players who are complaining? Hey, You make up your mind. And there's the other side who are like, yeah, you know, we understand she's good, we understand she's amazing, but you have to earn respect. You have to earn, you know, people taking you seriously. You can't just walk into the league. There's been people here longer. There are people who have paid their dues. There are people who worked hard to maintain where they're at and elevate themselves and their team. So, you know, this league wasn't built on Catlin Clark. There have been a lot of people who had paved the way before Catlin Clark for us to be even in this situation where she can, you know, bring those, you know, eyeballs from the National Association college game to the WNBA. And in my opinion, the truth of the matter is everything under the sun. All of the above can be true at the same time. There are definitely people using Catlin Clark and her achievements and her talent to beat players specifically that were complaining about not being supported and X, Y, and Z in the league, and people not paying attention, and people not caring, and people not showing up to games and X, Y, and Z. There's definitely that going on. And I've been guilty of it, I'm not gonna lie. You know, I've been looking in the comments like, right, these women have been complaining for years, and now they've got someone that could potentially elevate them. They're kind of throwing the face in it and, you know, acting like they're so much better than her, X, Y, and Z, and making life difficult. And there's the other side. I understand. It's competition. This is a competitive environment. I understand you can't just let anyone walk in and take your spot, essentially, because one Catlin means another bozo on the bench getting booted, and everyone's got to fight for their place and fight for the food, essentially. And it's just been interesting. It's just been interesting. My opinion on her being quote unquote snubbed from the Olympic team, I hear the arguments. Like, what's Diana Taurasi doing there? She's had like 4 medals. Like, if you don't know, the women's USA basketball team hasn't lost since like 1970 something in the Olympics. So they've gotten gold every single year since then. So they were going to win with Catlin or without Catlin. So the argument is, you know, why don't you just kick off someone who's been there like 4 times and who's well past her prime for someone younger and fresher in terms of just freshening up the squad, X, Y, and Z. You know, the argument will be, you know, you're losing a lot of experience, but the argument will be like, you know, they've won it 17 times in a row, so what's one player who's been there a long time going to do? Really, everyone else is arguably just as experienced. You know, you've got a player who hasn't played at all. She's coming from, I don't know, Achilles injury. And you've got Brittany Griner, who's played 1 game this whole season. So there are people who have question marks in terms of, you can definitely sneak in a cute Catlin Clark in there and everyone would be happy. But on the flip side, you know, Catlin has played a lot of basketball. She played all up to the final of the NCCA or NCAA tournament, went straight into the draft, started the season a month after the final, a week after she got drafted. She started her season, she's played 13 games, I think she's played over 25 minutes, so that's substantial minutes. So, you know, missing a month of basketball in the long run will probably be better for her health and career in the long run. You know, she's going to be in the league for a really long time. She's going to have an opportunity to win at least 1 gold medal. So let her have this rest and let her have some grace. Mate, there's loads of different ways you can, you know, you can play off the argument. And in my opinion, either way would have been fine. This is a win, in my opinion. This is a win for female basketball because we are talking about female basketball. Regardless of whether it's controversial, whether it's this player needs to get, you know, a technical foul on being ejected because of that foul was disgusting, or, you know, she needs to get more minutes because allegedly that's what a lot of the veterans, Tiana Rossi, would have said. Like, you know, a lot of people complain she's not getting any minutes and we don't want that for chemistry, X, Y, and Z. And speaking of chemistry, like, she has not been to a Team USA camp. Like, the last camp they had was during the Final Fours, which she was obviously playing for her college team. So this has just come too soon, in my opinion. Like, people could be mad because, you know, they said, oh, they're worried about her fans upset and X, Y, and Z. People are already upset. You know, that's just a cop-out. That's just blaming the fans. Oh, it's your fault she's not on the team. Just be honest and say something like, oh, you know, we feel like there's a lot more people who've earned the spot. Say something like, you know, she missed the previous camps, so we haven't had time to assess her for ourselves and, you know, build the chemistry with certain matchups and lineups X, Y, and Z. But instead, they told the journalists that they can run with the story that, you know, the veterans weren't comfortable with people complaining because she wouldn't get any minutes. That just confirms a lot of the, you know, perceived bias people thought that you had against her, and that's not great. But regardless, we're talking about female sports and female basketball, and that's only good for the game. Good publicity, bad publicity, at the end of the day, it's publicity the same. Whew, what a conversation this has turned out to. The energy, literally, it's just an exciting time. I'm glad to be witnessing it. This is a renaissance for female basketball, and I'm here for it. You know, hopefully we can get that type of coverage in other areas of female sports. Football has been killing it. Female football has been killing it. Soccer, for those who are uninitiated. Now it's time for female basketball, it seems, and let's see where it goes. As always, let me know in the comments below what you guys think about this crazy topic. As always, I'm your host, Majaro, aka Midge, your tribal chief. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.
I be kidding on my foes, even though I got it all on my own. Success sweet, yeah, it tastes like honeycomb. Dropping blood, tears, and even breaking bones. I'm sipping on Patron while aiming for the throne. I've been to hell and back and even call it home.